Well, it's that time again, that time of the week where myself and more Chuck than me, but I may weigh in this week. But we got our regular Entertainment Weekly segment. Chuck, how are you, sir?
Good. How you doing, Sean?
I'm plugging away, man. I'm plugging away. So without further ado, what's on the go this week?
Well, Sean, I'm just actually looking. This is episode number 9 already. The weeks are just flying by.
It is, yeah.
Lots of exciting, yeah, lots of exciting events that are on the go this weekend. I'm going to talk about a couple. I know you got one to chat about a little later on, but this weekend the Boxcar Country Music Festival is happening in New Brunswick. That's a festival that was really generous to East Coast Hour, where they gave away some great prizes for passes for the weekend. That's going on this weekend as well. Stanfest is on the go in Canso this weekend, and it's kind of been a lead up to Stanfest this past week in the Guysborough County area, where there's been a number of different performances that have been going on. But looking forward to hopefully getting down there at some point, whether it's Saturday or Sunday. That I'm going to spend some time down at Sandfest, and I hope to bring you maybe some performance footage, but hopefully as well some backstage footage. So be an interesting take that I'll share with you on East Coast Hour. Also, I was taking a look at Rich O'Coin's Instagram account. He has a summer tour lined up with dates that are still remaining in August through to November. After a couple of dates in August, Rich is going to be heading west for a few shows before returning to shows in the Atlantic provinces, beginning with St. John's on October the 17th, and then he'll be in Halifax on the 19th. Returning then from Montreal and Toronto to take part in Nova Scotia Music Week, which is happening in Wolfville, November 8th and 9th. Isabella Sampson is from Lewsdale, Nova Scotia. She'll be taking part in the Songwriters Workshop Retreat, which is happening August 15th and 16th in Halifax. It's entitled Songwriters from Here and Away, and it's going to feature Isabella along with Dave Carroll, Asif Ilias, and Susan Crow. You can get more information on that Songwriters Retreat and to register at www.sfhaa.ca. Paul Henman is going to be at the Lockmasters Pub in St. Peters in August. He'll be there on the 3rd of August for a 7 p.m. show. Aaron McDonald will then hit the stage at the Lockmasters Pub on August the 10th, again for a 7 p.m. show. Lockmasters Pub is located at the Bredor Lakes Inn in St. Peters. Andre Petipa will also be hitting the stage at the Lockmasters Pub. That's on August the 9th. Then on the 10th, he's going to be joined by Tracy and Martina. If you don't know who Tracy and Martina are, go to YouTube, go to Instagram, search them out. Great laughs, some good comedy. But they'll be joining Andre Petipa as part of the Inverness Sunset Series. They're going to be there on the 10th at the Inverness Center for the Arts, and the doors open there at 6:30 p.m. Dustin McCall is a young new artist in the Port Hawkesbury area. He's been doing some open mic nights in the area, and he's going to be at the Craignish Hall coming up on November 22nd from 6 until 9 p.m. So he's someone to watch. Celtic Colors is beginning to announce their performances and their venues for the festival that takes place in October in Cape Breton. In Membertou, already there's a performance that's lined up. It's for October the 12th. Rum Ragged, Dwayne Cote, and Jason McDonald, as well as Beaumont, they're going to be making for a perfect Saturday night performance and a night out. For more information on who the artists are, where the performances are, where some of these venues are, go to celtic-colors.com. Now, Kinley has just released a new song called Marrying Me. Kinley is a talented PEI songwriter and multi-instrumentalist who spent 10 years touring the world with Hey Rosetta. She released her self-titled sophomore album in 2020, and since the release of her first solo album in 2016, she's enjoyed many successes, including two ECMAs and 8 Music PEI awards. Her third album, Daylight, was released in November of 22. Now, this song, Marrying Me, that she has come out with, it's kind of her recollection of playing for weddings that didn't work out and looking past all the glamour and the glitz and the white dress and all of that. And she came up with a song called Marrying Me. So I have that song on this weekend's episode of East Coast Hour. So you might want to check that one out. I've been featuring some viewers' pick of the week on East Coast Hour, where viewers can vote for the video that they would like to have played on the next episode of East Coast Hour. So if you want to visit the latest episode of East Coast Hour, just look in the description section. You can find the link to vote for the video of your choice. And something else interesting that I've started to do, I had an agent who contacted me last week. I think maybe a little bit confused over the East Coast hour and where the East Coast was located, because my show features the East Coast of Canada, so the Atlantic provinces. But this agent was representing an artist out of Pennsylvania. And the more we chatted back and forth, it just kind of something in my mind I wanted to do anyway was to start to kind of bridge that gap across the border into the US with East Coast artists, because they have an East Coast as well, and they have artists. So Maze on the Beat is going to be a featured segment this coming episode, this weekend. Maze on the Beat is from Allentown, Pennsylvania. What I would love to do in the end, I would love to unite the entire Eastern Seaboard into one channel. I am a dual citizen with US. That's US is my birth country. But right now, we're just going to do it as a weekly segment. But maybe eventually we'll kind of get into a whole new East Coast Hour USA show. So if you know of an East Coast artist from the US, have them email me at eastcoasthour@gmail.com. Send along your comments, your suggestions. Love to hear from you as well. Use that same email address. East Coast artists, don't forget, check the description section for a link that you can use to share your upcoming performances, your album releases, whatever you want to share with your fans for a future episode of Entertainment Weekly. So that's it, Sean. That's what I have. I know you want to talk about an event.
Yes. So tomorrow night, Michelle Ryder and Side Hustle are headlining Friday night at Far Out Fest down in Montagan. Second time we're there. We missed last year. We were there the year before. Fantastic event. If anybody's ever been down that part of the province, beautiful scenery, beautiful people. They just go out of their way to provide the best hospitality. So we're really looking forward to that. And funny point you had about the young lady that wrote the song about weddings. I had a conversation with this. I've probably played over 100 weddings in my day, and I'm the 60% drummer. At Trunk 7, I ran into a couple whose wedding I did in 2008, and they're still together. And they said, "How many people split up?" And I went and actually looked into it. 60% of the people that I played for were actually still together. So that's pretty good. Can't complain about that at all, right? So hey, if you want to have a successful wedding and a successful marriage, hire me. All joking aside, really looking forward to Far Out Fest. And I'm going to give another little plug to two things that I'll plug again next week. Is Michelle is playing a Natal Day show at Stage 1 Milko Brewery in Bedford on Natal Day, which is August 5th. And then the 10th, we're doing her third annual birthday bash. And interesting twist, yesterday on the radio, she challenged Griff Henderson, who is one of the morning hosts. He's always wanted to sing with the band, and she called him up yesterday and challenged him on the air, and he's going to come out and sing with the band. We'll have some other special guests too. That's at Monty's on August 10th. But you'll hear more about that. But those are a couple things that I have, sir.
Thank you very much, Sean.
Always a pleasure. We'll see you next week.